Hello students, welcome to another question and physiology. This is basically science paper 1, simple machines. So simple machines are basically simple questions you are going to encounter in an exam, but you basically need to understand some simple concept as we are doing this. So now let's get to answer this question and see how best we can help ourselves. So B2 is reading figure B2.1 shows a wooden ladder of length 4.5 meters inclined at a vertical height of 1.5 meters. A ladder is used to pull a 900 Newton suitcase by applying a force of 450 newtons as it is displayed there. So basically in physics, it's very much important for you to understand the situation, for you to analyze the scenario. You look at it and analyze it critically. So you've seen there as this been stated. So now question A is saying define a simple machine. What is a simple machine? It's just one mark, as you can see the mark allocation there. It also matters. So a simple machine is basically a device that works that makes work easier to be done. That's basically how we define what a simple machine is. It is a device or an instrument that make work easier to be done. Okay. So now B is saying calculate the velocity ratio of the ladder. So now you need first of all to define what is the velocity ratio. When we are defining velocity ratio, first of all, it doesn't have SI units because it's a ratio. So when we're trying to define velocity ratio, we define it to say it is the distance moved by effort divided by distance moved by the load, basically. Yeah. So now, when you look at in this situation where we're trying to calculate B, the velocity ratio of the ladder, we are going to use, so when you look at it carefully, you are going to find that the distance moved by the effort, it is the length of this particular plane. Okay, distance moved by effort, it is this particular distance covered by the, yes, this is the distance moved by the effort. And then what is the distance moved by the load? It is basically this height now. Okay, so when we are calculating the velocity ratio, we just say distance moved by effort divided by distance moved by load. So when you look at distance that has been moved by effort, it is 4.5 meters, and then divided by distance moved by the load, which is 1.5 meters. So when you get your calculator, you say 4.5 divided by 1.5. Yes, 1.5. We are basically going to get 3 as the answer here. Doesn't have SI units because it's a ratio. So that's basically how you calculate the velocity ratio of the ladder. Okay. Distance moved by effort, distance moved by the load. So now, let's try to look at another questions. Calculate the work done on the parking case against the gravity.